Section 4. The cost approach to value land valuation. Learning objectives. Number 1. List the steps to the cost approach to value. Number 2. List and explain 6 generally accepted methods of land valuation. Number 3. List 4 basic factors that affect land values. Number 4. Explain how zoning affects land use and value. Number 5. Calculate land value estimates using direct sales comparison, allocation, and abstraction methods. Number 6. List 5 basic units of comparison used to value sites. Number 7. Explain improvement to land versus improvement on land. Number 8. Explain the 4-3-2-1 rule and the 65-35 rule used in land valuation. Number 9, define assemblage and plottage. Number 10, students should understand that land valuation is an essential part of the appraisal process. The techniques discussed in this section are used to value vacant, unimproved parcels of land. These methods are required to appraise improved properties using the cost approach. This section provides a discussion of the fundamental factors that create value in land and the methods of estimating land value. The cost approach to value. There's a side note. You cannot value land based on cost approach. The cost approach requires the following steps. Number 1. Estimate land site value as if vacant and ready for development to HBU. Number 2. Estimate total cost new of the improvements. Number 3. Estimate the depreciation in the subject. Number 4. Subtract the depreciation from the total cost of improvements. Number 5. Estimate the cost of accessory improvements and site improvements. Number 6. Add site value to depreciated cost of all improvements to arrive at a value indication by the cost approach. A. Step 1. Land valuation. 6 generally accepted methods of developing a land value, referring to text chapter 7, page 168. First step in the cost approach, value the land as though vacant at its highest and best use by one of the following methods. Number 1, sales comparison approach. Number 2, allocation method. Number 3, abstraction method. Number 4, anticipated use or development method. Number 5, capitalization of ground rent income approach. Number 6, land residual capitalization income approach. B, basic factors that affect land values, PEGs, referring to text chapter 7, pages 169 to 172. Number 1, physical attributes of the site, location, appearance, street and traffic patterns, utilities, proximity to support facilities, topography, soil condition, climate, nuisances. Number 2, economic conditions, taxes, population changes, growth, jobs, capability of development, rents, vacancy, expenses, competing property, interest rates. Number 3, governmental influences, municipal services, zoning, building codes, development regulations, taxes and special assessments, special districts, developers' fees, abatements, tax increments financing district, free ports. Number 4, social standards, population characteristics and shifts, crime, demographics, labor, schools. C, site data. Number 1, frontage, distance along the street. Number 2, width, same as frontage unless irregular shaped lot, then usually average of front and rear. Number 3, depth, distance from front to rear. Number 4, shape. Regular, irregular, square, rectangular, triangle, or pie-shaped. Number 5, area. Effective, usable area. Number 6, topography. View, slope, contour, grading, drainage, soil condition, and subsoil condition. Number 7, off-site improvements, streets, sidewalks, street lights, traffic patterns. D, zoning affects land use and value. Zoning, public regulation of the character and intensity of the use of real estate through police power, improvements, structure heights, areas, density. Number 1, pyramid zoning classifications. Zoning ordinance in which the uses permitted in each more restricted zone are permitted in the less restricted zone classifications. A, single family. B, multifamily. C, commercial. D, industrial. Note: residence homesteads at value in use. Property Tax Code Section 23.01C states, the market value of the residence homestead shall be determined solely on the basis of the property's value as a residence homestead, regardless of whether the residential use of the property by the owner is considered to be the HBU of the property.
Okay, so Kimberly came back from the test and said you're going to have to know the tax code sections. And Mickey Hand, in our review in Lubbock, said pay attention to the notes in the textbooks.
Well, I read it.
Yeah, I'm saying that for the purpose of the listener.
Oh, well, you're looking at me as if I needed that information, so I was not certain.
You need me to need that information.
I see. I need you to need that information. I will read all the notes.
Okay.
Can we turn the ceiling fan on low, please? I'm having a bit of a warm flash. Thank you very much. I'm not dumb. E, details of the accepted methods of land valuation, referring to text chapter 7, page 174. Number 1, comparable sales approach, direct sales comparison method. Beginning on page 174 in the IAAO textbook, there is a discussion comparing the subject property with comparable vacant parcels that have sold recently. A, preferred if sufficient comparable sales are available. B, cost approach is written above this letter. Produces the most reliable indication of land value based on market-derived information. C, market research and verification. Lists all permanent information with each sale, grantee, grantor, date of sale, description, location, price, special financing, and unusual aspects of the transaction. D, units of comparison. Examples on text pages 174 through 178. Land valuation units of comparison. Front foot, square foot, acre, site, lot, buildable units. Examples: downtown or high-end residential, lake or golf front, or retail land. Frontage is a major value component. Number 1, per front foot. Example: a commercial lot has 75 feet of frontage on a major highway. The lot has a depth of 100 feet. Analysis of comparable sales indicates that similar lots with 100-foot depth are selling for $2,500 per front foot. What is the estimated value of the subject lot? 2,500 multiplied by 75 equals $187,500. So the answers are, I didn't realize this was a question.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So the answers are,
No, don't give the answers.
Don't give answers?
Just give the correct answer.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
So number 2, per square foot. Example, the subject commercial lot consists of 7,500 square feet. Comparable properties with similar size are selling for $2 per square foot. What is the estimated value of the subject lot? So, 7,500 multiplied by $2 is equal to $15,000. Number 3, per acre. Example, the subject site is a 250-acre tract of land in a rural area. Similar tracts of land with comparable size and location to the subject have been selling for $2,500 per acre. What is the estimated value of the subject tract? $2,500 multiplied by 250 equal to $250,000. Number 4, per site or lot. Example, the subject residential lot is 60 feet wide by 100 feet deep. Comparable properties of the same size and location in the subject neighborhood are selling for $12,500 each. What is the value of the subject lot? $12,500.
Makes sense. They're trying to trick you with dimensions.
They're trying to baffle you with people.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they do.
Number 5, buildable units. Example, the appraiser estimates that the subject property will be developed into 200 units buildable. A comparable property valued at $1 million was developed into 250 units. What was the estimated value of the subject property? The first calculation is the 1 million divided by $250 or 250 units, giving it the answer to 4,000, and then 4,000 times the 200 gives the answer of $800,000.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I don't know that one. I don't even remember it.
Okay.
I don't even know why the math is done. Okay.
Oh, I see.
All those answers are there. You can get those. You can get those answers probably from doing the problems, the math, any which way. You know, you can come up with all 4 of those answers.
Yeah.
You just got to know the order of operations.
Yeah.
It'll be handy to go back and read this land valuation chapter.
Okay.
But not today.
No, I don't think I've got it in me for today. So, E, adjustments. This is referencing text chapter 7, pages 179 through 182. Analysis to show what comparable property would have sold for after adjusting for differences with the subject property. Adjustments may be lump sum dollars or percentage. This is heavily underlined.
Yeah.
Always adjust the comparable, never the subject. Again, that was always adjust the comparable, never the subject. Number 1, financing. First adjustment to put sale on equal footing with other market transactions. Adjust for above or below market interest rate. Underlined, if typical, no adjustment is warranted. Number 2.
That's a clue, probably.
Time of sale. Adjust for market value increase or decrease over time using paired sales is best. See Table 7.6 on text page 180. Number 3. Location characteristics. Very subjective. Inferior, superior, same, usually a percentage adjustment. Number 4. Physical characteristics. See Table 7.7, text page 181. Size, topography, access, view, frontage, rail access. Number 5. Applying lump sum dollar adjustments. See Table 7-8 in text, page 182. Number 6. Percentage adjustments. See Table 7-9, text page 182. Number 7. Reconciliation. Not an average of adjusted sales. Greatest emphasis is placed on the sales with fewest adjustments or smallest percentage adjustments. See Table 7-10, text page 183. Students should keep reading. Number 2.
Not complete the student activity before proceeding. They should keep reading, right?
Keep reading. Number 2. Allocation method, referring to text chapter 7, page 190. Helpful when no comparable sales are available, based on principle of balance, sense of proportion in 4 agents of production: land, labor, capital, and management. A. Identify comparable sales of improved land, similar size, location, amenities, etc. B. Estimate the ratio of land value to property value ratio. Cite values in previous years. Analyze new construction on similar sites. C. Apply the typical ratio to estimate the land value of the subject land to the improvement ratio, or land to building, 1 to 5. Land to property ratio, 1 to 6. 1L plus 5I equals 6P.
Yeah, 1 land plus 5 improvements equals 6 parts.
Aha.
Or 6 properties, yeah. So you can read that whole.
Read the box.
Read the box. Why don't you go ahead and repeat that number C and then read the box.
Okay. Letter C. Apply the typical ratio to estimate the land value of the subject land to improvement ratio, or land to building, 1 to 5. Land to property ratio, 1 to 6. 1L plus 5I equals 6P, which is 1 land plus 5 improvements equals 6 parts. Land to improvement ratio equals 1 to 5. Sale price of whole property equals $64,500. Number of parts to whole property equals 1 plus 5 equals 6. Value of one part equals $64,500 divided by 6 equals $10,750. Land equals one part equals $10,750. Improvement value equals 5 parts equals $53,750. Or value of improvements equals whole property less land value equal improvements, which equals $64,500 minus $10,750 equals $53,750. Land to property ratio equals 1 to 6. Whole property value equals $64,500. Value of one part equals... I knew you were reading along.
Oh, sorry.
Want me to start that over? Since
Yeah, sure.
we were interrupted?
Yeah.
I see. Land to property ratio equals 1 to 6. Whole property value equals $64,500. Value of one part equals whole property value divided by 6. One part equals $64,500 divided by 6 equals $10,750 equals land value. If land value equals one part and whole property equals 6 parts, then improvement value is 6 minus 1 equals 5. Whole property value minus land value equals improvement value. It looks like $64,500 minus $10,750 equals $53,750.
The improvement value.
That is the improvement value. Number 3, abstraction method, refers to text chapter 7, page 191. Abstract the land value from the improved property minus applies.
No,
So
I
I think that's a
minus.
minus.
Yeah.
That's just a dash. I'm
Jinx.
sorry.
Jinx, you want me to borrow my coat?
It's pinch poke, you owe me a coat. Get it right. Number 3, abstraction method. Abstract the land value from an improved property. Applies the cost approach to an improved property sale. Refers to table 715, page 191. A. Find the sale of comparable property. Similar size, location, amenities, etc. B. Subtract depreciated replacement cost new, RCNLD, of the improvement to arrive at land value. Example: sale price of whole property $69,000, replacement cost $56,300, less the depreciation of $5,600, gives you an improvement value at RCNLD of $50,700, giving the land value of $18,300. Number 4, land residual capitalization, referring to text chapter 7, page 193. Note: see table 719, page 194 for example of land residual. Number 5, capitalization of ground rent. See table 718, text page 193. This method is based on income approach to value, present worth of future benefits. Useful in CBDs with limited land sales minus market data for parking lots or ground leases.
I don't know what CBD stands for.
EGI, less expenses, equals NOI, expenses can be taxed, insurance, payroll, utilities. Ground leases are typically triple net. Developed land cap rate, see above, see...
the IRV triangle.
The IRV triangle.
Yeah, just say IRV.
IRV. Old IRV.
Income divided by rate equals value.
Income divided by rate equals value. Oh, okay. So, A, estimate the income attributable to the land, and B, estimate the land capitalization rate, market derived, usually less than improved property cap rate because there is no capital recapture component. C, value equals land income divided by land cap rate, or V equals I over R, or the IRV triangle, which is noted below. Also written here is NOI divided by cap rate equals V.
Yeah, that's more specific to the, which I hope there's not any of those questions on the test.
Oh, you better study it triple fold.
Yeah.
Suppose you are appraising the value of the land component of an improved property. From analyzing the market, you determine that land-only parcels comparable to your subject earn $5,000 per year in ground rental income. Sales of some of these land-only parcels indicate a capitalization rate of 12%. The value of the subject's land would be value equals income divided by capitalization rate, which looks like this. $5,000 divided by 0.12 is equal to $41,667, or $41,700 rounded.
Well, that's that problem right above, except they give you the factors. If I saw a question like that, I would be able to get it, because you know the IRV, they pound that IRV triangle, the IRV formula into you because you're trying to get to value.
Okay.
I mean, they started that in the first class, I think. But yeah, that's easy. It is really easy, and we'll see that again when we get to income.
Okay. Number 6, anticipated use or development, referring to text chapter 7, pages 191 through 192. To value land in transition from ag use to residential or commercial use, first analyze the HBU. Estimate project development costs and deduct from anticipated sales price of developed land lots to derive raw land set value, used when vacant land sales are not available. F. Improvement to land versus improvement on land. Number 1. Improvements to land are designed to enhance a site's utility for general use. These are valued with the site. Grading and fill. B. Sewer and water connections. C. Storm water drainage. D. Curbs, sidewalks, streetlights. Number 2. Improvements on land are designed to support a specific land use, such as an office building. B. Parking garage. C. Resident storage buildings, fences, retaining wall. These are valued separate and not included in the site value. G. Formulas, tables, and rules.
Well, the reason they're valued separate is because they're improvements.
Okay.
Because this whole chapter is about land value.
Okay.
I'm thinking out loud.
Okay. I was just agreeing with you.
No, I'm helping you understand it.
Simmer. This is not about. Not about me. It's not about me.
But I'm fixing to.
Not about me.
Okay.
You gotta mind yourself. G. Formulas, tables, and rules. Formulas, tables, and rules have been developed by analysis of market data to help deal with changes in parcel size, shape, and location. IAAO text, pages 183 through 187. H. Depth table, referring to text chapter 7, pages 183 through 185. It's used when land is typically purchased on a front foot basis. Number 1. Measures changes in value caused by variation in lot depths. Number 2. Based on observation that the front section of a lot is most valuable on a unit basis when compared to the rear portion of the lot.
That's that front foot valuation.
I. The 4-3-2-1 rule, referring to text chapter 7, page 184. Number 1. Typically used in conjunction with the front foot method of valuation, but can be used with other methods of land valuation. Number 2. Is only a guide and must be supported with market evidence. Number 3. The first 25% of lot depth represents 40% of the land value. The second 25% of lot depth represents 30% of the land value. The third 25% of the lot depth represents 20% of the land value. The rear 25% of the lot depth represents 10% of the land value. Example. Suppose a lot that is located in a prime retail location has the following dimensions: 75 feet of street frontage and a depth of 100 feet. The property recently sold for $250,000. Using the 4-3-2-1 rule, the front half of the lot is worth $175,000. The front 25 feet is worth $100,000. Solution. The front 25 feet is worth 40% of $250,000, which is equal to $100,000. The next 25 feet is worth 30% of $250,000, which is equal to $75,000. The next 25 feet is worth 20% of $250,000, equals to $50,000. The back 25 feet is worth 10% of $250,000, which is equal to $25,000. J. The 65-35 rule. Your regular lot valuation tables.
Well, you, like, for example, I'm just going to throw this in because they didn't write anything really. But, like, a triangle, if your lot was in a triangle, Lita's house sat on a triangular shaped lot because it was in the corner of a horseshoe.
Uh-huh.
So her backyard was bigger than her front yard.
Uh-huh.
I mean, in real life, that's true too. But her backyard is bigger.
Uh-huh.
She got big backyard.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, you value if the apex of the triangle is up in the front, you give it the 35% of the 30. No, it's I don't know. I can't remember something. The wide end of the triangle, flat end is valued at 65%
Okay.
of the value. That's all I remember.
Okay. Well, to remember more, see Figure 7.7 in the text on page 186. K. Hold it.
Oh yeah. See, here's triangles. 65% for the big end of the triangle and 35% for the little end of the triangle. If it's on a corner or something like that. Man, go ahead.
K. Assemblage and plottage. Number 1. Assemblage is simply the merging of adjacent properties into one common ownership or use. Number 2. Plottage is the combining of two or more sites under a single ownership in order to develop one site having greater utility and unit value in aggregate than when each site is separately considered. Synergy. 1 + 1 = 3. They don't know how to do math.
I don't know. I never understood that.
Example. Suppose Lot A is a valuable corner lot that is zoned commercial. However, it is large enough to develop into a strip center. Lot B is next to Lot A, but not on the corner and is less valuable. By purchasing both lots and increasing the size of the potential development, the value of the combined lots is higher than the value of the individual lots.
It almost sounds
That makes sense.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
It almost sounds like the principle of anticipation is in there because they're by purchasing both lots, increasing the size of the potential development and anticipated use. You're going to value it. Well, it's a principle. It's an economic principle